July 14th, 2016. I did indeed get up a little bit later today, and I wandered down to get the big breakfast that I had yesterday as well. And then I had that as like my final meal on the balcony of the apartment. I found the bus stop really easily, and then, the bus was... No, it ended up being some sort of express bus because it filled up with people and everybody was going to Heraklion, so I think they just got onto the highway, and so it was really quick. And I found my way to the hotel and put all my stuff into the room, and then just spent a few hours wandering around the city. It's a really beautiful city. It's got all these really narrow streets lined with shops and everything, and it has an element of, I guess, unlike Hanya, it feels slightly more working city-ish. So there's people that have other jobs outside of tourism, and I mean there still are a lot of touristy places, but at least it has that feeling of functional city. And so I just got lost in all the little alleyways and tiny streets, and went down to the harbor, checked that out. And then, what did I... Oh, right. So, my credit card has been blocked, or locked, for a few days now. And I was kind of hoping it would magically just figure itself out and unblock, but it hasn't. And then I thought, I'm probably going to need that credit card soon, if for no other reason than my Spotify payment keeps getting declined, and I know as soon as Spotify cancels my subscription, then all of my offline music disappears, and I don't want that to happen, so I needed to have my credit card working really quickly again. So I came back to the hotel, and I made a call late this afternoon to New Zealand, and they couldn't do anything about it because it was like 11 o'clock New Zealand time or something, and they said, call back at 7 o'clock, and then we should be able to sort it out. But they said that it wasn't them that put the block on it, it was the bank, and all this other kind of stuff. So I don't know how it's going to go when I call back later tonight, which will be 7 o'clock their time. But I'm hoping that it's a pretty easy fix, because otherwise I'm not too sure what I'm going to do without a credit card on this trip. Right, so that was what I did for a little bit this afternoon, and then I went back out again, and I went to Knossos, which is the Minoan ruins. It's a huge big palace, the biggest one of the Minoan civilization, and it was partially reconstructed, and it was kind of cool. Like I guess it's like any other ruins in Greece where you just wander on through. And then so that took maybe, I don't know, that was a couple hours, and then I came back and had dinner, and then I've only just, for the first time in the whole time I've been in Greece, I turned on the TV, and first thing that pops up is the Wheel of Fortune. And it made me think back to when I was on the Wheel of Fortune back in New Zealand, and when I was a contestant on there, when I saw the wheel, I was like, oh, it's because $50 was the minimum spin, and I thought that was really... It was piddles compared to the American version. But then as I see here in Greece, these people are spinning for 10 euros. 10 euros. And then there's other ones that are 15 and 20 euros. And I can kind of, they look... I'm just looking at the scores right now. And there's one person who has won $0. The other person has won euros. The other person has won what is it, 275 euros, and the other one is on a whopping 400 and something euros. And none of them look particularly excited. Like, I think in the American version, people are just nearly wetting themselves because they are winning all of this money, hundreds of thousands of dollars in a car, a boat, a dream trip, blah, blah, blah. But here they're, here they're walking away with, like, well, if less than 500 euros so far, and I think they're at the very end. But it's still cool to watch. Like, yeah, it's interesting. So one of the other cool things this evening is first prop. I think it's the first prop. But check out this phone. This phone, I don't know if I've ever even seen a phone like that before. It's beautiful though. I like it, and it's extremely old school, so I like it even more. That's the... I don't know if it... Yeah, there's the wheel. Yeah, pretty fascinating. Tomorrow morning was when I was going to go to Knossos. And I ended up going this evening because I knew that it was open until sunset, and I could go... Well, I did go like a couple hours before it closed, so there weren't very many people there at all. It was just nice and chilled and relaxed. And it also, because when I checked in at the hotel, I found out that they have this breakfast buffet for €3. And it starts at 7 and it goes till 10. So I thought, if I go to Knossos this evening, then it means I can hang out at the buffet first thing tomorrow morning. I don't feel as though there's that much more of Heraklion that I really need to explore. Like, I've been up and down through most of the streets of the old city. And it is quite a large area. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But I think just another sleep in tomorrow. I have really had a tough time today of trying to get out of lazy mode and into something faster than a snail. I think everywhere I've gone today, it has just been like 1 foot, 2 foot, 1 foot, 2 foot. It's been so slow. I guess that's what proper holiday mode does. It's tough to shake. But then, so tomorrow, I really only have like a half day here. This is my last night in Greece, because tomorrow afternoon so I fly back up to Athens, and then I have about an hour, I think, in Athens, and then my onward flight to Naples. I'm not in touch, so I'm meant to arrive into Naples around 7 o'clock at night, and I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what'll happen. If the flight's on time or early, I may end up going outside of Naples and staying somewhere outside of Naples. I haven't booked accommodation, and I'm just going to see what happens when I land. But I know one of the things that I would like to do is... so one of the reasons why I chose to go to Naples and to fly into there instead of somewhere like Rome is because I thought it'd be cool to go to Pompeii. And so in the next couple days, I'm hoping that I'll get a chance to go to Pompeii before I start going northward through Italy. I think that's pretty much it. I think it's been kind of cool being in Crete for a lot of different reasons, but one of them is the mythical creature, the Minotaur, and to see that this is like the home. This is where the Minotaur came to be, and so to be here is kind of, I don't know, it's cool. It's like these childhood, or I guess even in adulthood, these myths and legends, and to see the kind of setting and environment where they actually originated from. It's pretty cool. I checked out the museum at Knossos as well, Uh, well, it's the Museum of Knossos, but it's here in Heraklion, so I did that this afternoon as well. And it's a beautiful museum, but it had lots of information and relics and things that they had pulled out of this palace at Knossos. And to see stuff that is literally thousands of years old is pretty cool. I have to keep thinking back, like, oh, that's... When you look at it, you're like, oh, that's not so special. Like, I'm sure the year 1 class at my school could probably come up with some of this stuff, you know, like making things out of clay and whatnot. But when you think that it's from humans from thousands and thousands of years ago, and they had only just discovered the concept of clay, let alone getting into the Bronze Age and everything else, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I think there wasn't anything too dramatic or crazy today. Yeah, just a nice, easy day. I'm not really planning on going out anywhere tonight. I'm just hoping for, well, it's an early night, except for I have to get up. Well, I have to be awake. I have to be awake at 10 o'clock my time so that I can call New Zealand for their 7 a.m. when the call center opens. But other than that, I'm just hoping for just a lazy night in. Yeah, good night.